Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5 best gaming SSD. Starting at number 5. Crucial MX500. The Crucial MX500 is the only SATA drive left on our list of the best SSDs for gaming. But when the price delta between PCIe and SATA is so small, it's difficult to make an argument for the far slower technology. But, as there is a hard limit on the number of M.2 slots on your motherboard, there is still a place for SATA SSDs as secondary storage. And the Crucial MX500 is one of the best. With SATA's maximum theoretical bandwidth limit of 600 megabytes per second, it's nearly as quick as you'll get. And Crucial's drives have long been among the best value options available too. 2 sockets anyway. You will still be missing out on the zippy response of your operating system running on the SSD-specific NVMe protocol, but if that's not an option anyway, this drive will see you right. Sequential reads/writes up to 560/510 MB/s, and random reads/writes up to 95K/90K on all file types. Integrated power loss immunity preserves all your saved work if the power unexpectedly gets cut. AES 256-bit hardware-based encryption keeps data safe and secure from hackers and thieves. Product ships in Amazon-certified frustration-free packaging. May differ from retail packaging depicted in product collateral. Coming at number 4. Sabrent Rocket 4 Plus. The Sabrent Rocket 4 Plus was the first SSD to hit our lab using the new Phison E18 controller, which is the follow-up to the immensely popular Phison E16 controller found in basically every first-gen PCIe 4.0 drive. Offering peak reads of 7,100 megabytes per second and writes of 6,600 megabytes per second, it wasn't only a major step up from the first generation of PCIe 4.0 drives, but a notable improvement over the Samsung 980 Pro, especially in terms of write performance. In testing, this performance was borne out too, with the faster write performance dominating Samsung's drive in the write tests. Sabrent has recently updated this drive to use faster NAND flash and also new firmware for the Phison E18 controller. The quoted performance doesn't change with this update, but some performance metrics have improved. And it's that bit closer to the competition while still offering solid value for money. One thing worth noting is that the SSD market is in a state of flux at the moment, with pricing shifting almost daily. On release, this was the cheapest second-gen PCIe 4.0 you could lay your hands on, but there's often nothing between this and our top pick, the WD_Black SN850, which is why this is in the second spot. This drive does run cooler than the SN850 though, which may be a factor if you're looking for a drive for a cramped case. Also, this is a drive worth keeping an eye on in the sales season as it's often keenly discounted, more so than the other drives here. The new version of the Sabrent Rocket 4 Plus is a welcome release, even if it doesn't dramatically alter the drive's place in the market. We've had faster drives released recently, like the Kingston Fury Renegade, opens in new tab, along with more budget-focused offerings like the WD Black SN770, opens in new tab, leaving the new Rocket 4 Plus in pretty much the same place as the original, not the fastest, nor the cheapest, but a happy middle ground of the two. At number 3. Seagate Firecuda 530. Seagate may have taken a while to get into the solid-state game, and especially the PCIe 4.0 market, but it has arrived with a bang with the Firecuda 530. With or without the heatsink, something that's necessary for its PlayStation 5 compatibility. The latest Seagate drive is a stunner. Of course, the rated sequential read/write speeds are fantastic, but it's the endurance levels that really stand out compared to the competition. The 2 TB drive we tested has an unprecedented 2,550 TBW rating when it comes to endurance, which is something you won't see this side of an SSD made for Chia mining. It combines brand new Micron 176-layer TLC NAND. The same memory crucial is using to great effect with the new P5 Plus drives, with a Phison PS5018 E18 controller. Micron claims that its 176L TLC NAND is the best in the industry with a 30% smaller die size, and a 35% improvement in read and write latency over its previous generation 96L NAND. Apart from the PC Mark 10 storage tests, the Firecuda 530 either matches or beats the big boy of the storage world. And when you add its leading sequential performance and endurance rating, the Seagate 530 is at least the equal of any consumer SSD on the market. And in terms of performance, the Firecuda 530 either matches or beats the big boy of the storage world. And when you add its leading sequential performance and endurance rating, the Seagate 530 is at least the equal of any consumer SSD on the market. Number 2 of my list. WD Black SN770. We've seen some incredible NVMe SSD releases recently, but they've tended to focus on top-end performance and come with prices to match. The WD_Black SN770 bucks this trend, and like its predecessor, the SN750, is aimed at offering better value for money than outright performance. The main way it achieves this is by being a DRAM-less SSD drive. This saves a big chunk of the manufacturer's bill of materials, and thanks to advances in the latest controllers, it can be surprising how little impact this has on performance. The drive itself is a low-profile affair, with this 1TB model boasting a single NAND flash module at the back. Actually a rebranded Kioxia BiCS5 112-layer TLC chip. And the SanDisk controller towards the connector. Western Digital rarely reveals much about its controllers, and that's the case once again here. The SN770 is available in 4 sizes, 250GB, 500GB, 1TB, and 2TB, although there's no 4TB option, which is a bit of a shame. If you want a seriously capacious drive, you're going to want to track down the Sabrent Rocket offerings, which go all the way up to 8TB. The synthetic performance shows the SN770 trails more expensive drives in terms of reads, although the writes are much closer. The 4K performance is relatively impressive and shows that the SN770 has something to offer in this crowded marketplace. It's not too surprising that this drive outperforms Samsung's DRAM-less offering, as that is a PCIe 3.0 drive, after all, but the extent to which it does is impressive. And number 1. WD Black SN850. The Western Digital Black SN850 makes a fashionably late entrance to the PCIe 4.0 party. It can hit 7,000 megabytes per second reads and 5,300 megabytes per second writes in sequential transfers, which is well beyond most drives' capabilities. That's because it uses the latest PCIe 4.0 interface, which has double the theoretical bandwidth limit of other PCIe 3.0 drives. Performance ultimately defines any SSD. The WD SN850 really stands out from the crowd. If you can aim some active cooling at the drive, then that'll be even better. We didn't notice any throttling in testing, although it's something to be aware of. The Samsung 980 Pro, which had the edge for a few months, is left out in the cold, especially as it costs the same as the SN850, but loses out to the newer drive in every metric. Apart from operating temperatures, neither is a bad drive, obviously, but if we had to recommend a next-gen SSD right now, there's only one clear option. And that's the WD SN850. It's simply the best drive you can buy today. Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.